Good evening and welcome to the Plymouth Regional High School. I'm Marissa Milano. Today's matchup is between the Plymouth Bobcats and the Fall Mountain Wildcats here on Pemmy Baker TV. So far this season, Plymouth has a record of 10-3 and Fall Mountain has a record of 2-9. Quickly, we're going to go over the Plymouth lineup. Swanson, Fergal, Marston, Poitras, O'Brien, Custance, and Abdul-Jabbar. For the Wildcats, Donovan, White, McCormick, Barry, Craig, McLaughlin, Lafayette, and Brady. Starting off is going to be the Wildcats. Aaron Donovan with the serve. And that's going to be an easy point for Plymouth by Custance to start off this first set. Taking the serve for Plymouth is number 10, Christina Fergal. And that's going to be another point for Fergal. Scores 2-0 Plymouth. Fergal with the serve. And that's going to be an ace. Fergal again with the serve. Fergal's going to set for Von Iverstein. And there's going to be another point for Plymouth. Fergal with the serve.
Good job, Lexi. Up. Nice,
Fall Mountain now on the board. Taking the serve for Fall Mountain is Hannah McCormick. Fergal setting for Custance, and that's going to be a point. Swanson's going to serve for Plymouth. There's going to be a quick substitution. Coming on the court is Mia Sullivan. Nice defensive play for Fall Mountain. Abdul-Jabbar. Over to O'Brien. And that's going to be a point for Plymouth. Score 7-1 in this first set. Again, Swanson's going to serve. And that's going to be an ace. Swanson again with another ace. 2 in a row. Scores 9-1 Plymouth. Fall Mountain's going to sub. Coming on the court is Alexis Jones. She's a senior. Swanson serves. Up to Jones. Sullivan to Abdul-Jabbar over the net.
Yeah!
McCormick
Set 4.
set for White.
Come on, Ashley.
Lafayette now back on the court taking the serve.
Yeah!
And that's going to be an ace for Fall Mountain. Scores 9-3 Plymouth.
Hey! Pick it up a little faster down there, a little faster.
Parker with the serve. And it's going to be wide. It's going to be a point for Plymouth.
Side out.
Custins taking the serve for Plymouth. Up to Parker, out of bounds, and it is going to be another Plymouth point.
Side out.
Custins taking the serve for Plymouth. It's going to hit the hands of Erin Donovan and go out of bounds. It's going to be an ace.
There you go. Up. There you go.
It's going to be out of bounds and a point for Plymouth.
On your toes.
Custins is taking the serve again.
Nice.
Fergal over to Sullivan.
Bump it.
Sullivan over to Fergal. She's going to set. And that's going to be a point for Marston.
Nice try, Ashley.
Scores 15-3 early in this first set. Fall Mountain's going to have another sub. Coming back on the court is Alyssa Brady.
Good call.
Custins to Fergal. Fergal's going to set for Sullivan. And that's going to be a point. Coming onto the court now for Plymouth, her first time today, Von Iverstein. Custins, Fergal, and that's going to be a point for Fall Mountain. Abdul-Jabbar now back on the court. Barry in the serve. Custins over to Sullivan.
Good eye. Nice, Michaela.
It's going to be out of bounds and a point for Plymouth.
Ball to the truck.
Looks like O'Brien is going to take the serve now for Plymouth.
Tanner, go for those. Somebody, go for those four.
It's going to be an ace for O'Brien. It looks as though Fall Mountain did call their first timeout. Score is 19-5. Plymouth is in the lead. Von Eiderstein over the net. Fall Mountain is going to hit it into the net. It's now going to be 20-5 Plymouth. 5 points away from winning this first set. O'Brien's going to take the serve. And that's going to be another ace. That was a nice save by Fall Mountain, but unfortunately it did go out of bounds. O'Brien again with another ace. It's going to be a point for Fall Mountain. Lafayette with the serve. It's going to be short. It's going to be point for Plymouth. And this is going to be a set point for Plymouth now. Score is 24-6. Taking the serve is Poitras. Fall Mountain with a lot of communication, and that is going to be the first set for Plymouth. 25-6. Looks like Plymouth is going to try to walk away quick with the 3-set game. We'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the second set. We're back now for the start of the second set. Plymouth is 1-0 so far today. Fall Mountain is probably going to use the second set to try to bounce back and go into 5 sets today. Plymouth is going to start with it. Taking the serve is Christina Fergal. It is going to be a point for Fall Mountain. There was a little bit of miscommunication on Plymouth's side. Parker. Poitras thought it was going to go out, but it stayed in. It's going to be a second point for Fall Mountain.
Hey!
And that one is going to go out, and it's going to be a Plymouth point. Looks like Swanson is going to take the serve. And coming onto the court is Mia Sullivan. Swanson, and that's going to be an ace for her. Scores 2-2. Swanson.
Nice, Anna. We say the same thing every
Fergal
time.
over to Custance. Out of bounds. It's going to be a Fall Mountain point. The second set is starting off a lot closer than the first one started. McCormick over to Abdul-Jabbar. Fergal's going to set for O'Brien, and that's going to be a point for Plymouth. It's 3-3 now.
2 hands on those. Side out, Cats.
Rousseau now on the court for Plymouth.
Nice, Michaela.
Nice save. It is going to stay out of bounds, and it's going to be a Plymouth point. Plymouth is finally in the lead in the second set, 4-3. Fergal looking to set for Sullivan, unable to get it over the net, and it's going to be a Fall Mountain point.
Go for everything, four.
Swanson over to Abdul-Jabbar. Over to Rousseau.
How's it going?
Abdul-Jabbar over to Fergal. It's going to hit the net, and 5-4 Fall Mountain. Taking the serve for Fall Mountain is number 13, Chrisabella Craig. Abdul-Jabbar is going to save it with a dig. It's going to hit the net and be another Plymouth point. Subbing onto the court now for the first time today is Emma Cooper. It's going to be short, and it's going to be a Fall Mountain point.
Come on, Michaela.
Swanson over to Sullivan. Abdul-Jabbar saved. Nice job. But there was no one there to save her, and it's going to be a Fall Mountain point. Scores 7-5 Fall Mountain in this second set. Cooper. That's going to be a point for her. Mia Sullivan now with the serve for Plymouth. That's going to be long out of bounds. It's going to be another Plymouth point. Score is going to be tied now, 7-7. That is going to be a Plymouth point.
Side out, Cats. Come on.
Mia Sullivan with the serve again. And that is going to be short. It's going to be a Fall Mountain point. Coming on now is PRHS. PRHS. Back to Abdul-Jabbar. Abdul-Jabbar over to Sullivan. Over to Swanson. And that is going to be a Plymouth point. It says it did say inbounds.
Ask him for. Ask him. Ask him for. That was a foot outside. Come on. Wow.
Abdul-Jabbar with the serve. Poitras over O'Brien.
Nice job.
O'Brien over to Cooper. Gonna set for Custance. And that's gonna be a Plymouth point. Abdul-Jabbar now. And that's gonna be an ace for her. It's now 11-8 in the second set. Plymouth is leading.
Come on, Cats.
Cooper. That is gonna be a Fall Mountain point.
Go for everything, four.
Miscommunication on the Plymouth end. It's gonna be another Fall Mountain point. Plymouth's only leading by 1 point now. And they're going to call it a Plymouth point on that. That was short. Fergal now back on the court for Cooper. And that's going to be an ace for Fergal. Nice save for Fall Mountain. Abdul-Jabbar over to Swanson. And that's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a Fall Mountain point. Fall Mountain trailing now by 2 points. Poitras up to Fergal, over to Custance, and that's going to be a point.
Come on, you gotta go to the ball. Go to the ball.
Mia Sullivan now back on the court for Poitras.
Sign out, guys, come on.
Swanson with the serve. And that's going to be a point for Plymouth. That's going to be an ace for Swanson. A lot of miscommunication on both ends in the second set. And there's going to be a timeout called for Fall Mountain. Scores 16-11. Plymouth is leading now. Fall Mountain started off in the lead, but Plymouth was able to take it back.
Come on, Cats. You gotta want it. Let's go. Be somebody. On your toes.
Swanson with the serve.
Talk, Cats. Come on.
Kate von Eiderstein is on the court now. And that's going to hit off of a lot of girls on the opposing side. It's going to be a Plymouth point. Scores 18-11 Plymouth. And that's going to be another point for Swanson. 19-11, just a few points away from winning the second set. It's going to be a Fall Mountain point. Looks like they thought that it was going to go out of bounds, but it didn't. And that is going to be short. It's going to be another Plymouth point.
Grounded. No swimming this weekend, Hannah.
That's going to be a short serve. And it's going to be a Fall Mountain point. Scores 20-13. Abdul-Jabbar up to Fergal. Von Eiderstein. That's going to go into the net and be a Plymouth point. It's 21-14, 4 points away from winning the second set now for Plymouth. Cooper and O'Brien back on the court for Plymouth. And that's going to be an ace for O'Brien.
On your toes, Cats. Come on. Be ready. Hands off your knees.
O'Brien with another ace. Didn't even look like the Wildcats wanted to move for that ball. And another ace for O'Brien. This is going to be a set point now for Plymouth, 24-14. O'Brien's going to take the serve. O'Brien over to Sullivan. Swanson to O'Brien. To Sullivan. Swanson to O'Brien over the net, and that's a point. That's 2 sets now for Plymouth. We'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the third set. We're back now for the start of the third set. Plymouth now has 2 sets under their belt, looking for a third to win tonight. 3 quick sets. Abdul-Jabbar over to Cousins. It's going to be a Plymouth point. It was a nice block by Cousins. Fergal with the serve. Fergal over to Custance. It's going to be out of bounds.
He just called it out over there.
Looked like it was out of bounds.
Yeah, yes.
Fergal with the quick ace. It's going to be 3-0 in the third set.
Come on, Cats, let's go.
Nice save by Fault Mountain. Custance over to Fergal, to Swanson, and that's going to be another point for Plymouth.
Hustle, Cats, hustle.
Fergal over to O'Brien. It's Custance. And that's going to be short, and it's going to be a Plymouth point. 5-0 now for Plymouth. Fergal still with the serve. Fergal over to Swanson. Abdul-Jabbar. Swanson over the net. Fergal over to O'Brien, over to Custance. And another Plymouth point, 6-0 now in the third set. Fergal's serve is going to go wide. It's going to be Fall Mountain's first point of the set. 6-1. Plymouth still in the lead. It's going to be a short and a point for Plymouth. Swanson's now going to take the serve for Plymouth.
Come on, Cats.
Coming on the court is Mia Sullivan. Custance over to Fergal, over to Sullivan, and that's going to be a point for Plymouth. Fall Mountain tried to block that, but it did go out of bounds off of them. It's going to be a Plymouth point. It's 9-1 now. Swanson again with the serve. Now it's going to be short, and it's going to be a Fall Mountain point. Both of their points now are not earned. They were either out of bounds or into the net. Swanson over to Fergal. She's going to set for O'Brien. It's going to be saved. O'Brien, Abdul-Jabbar over to Swanson. Custance over to Fergal, over to Mia Sullivan. And that's going to be a point for Plymouth. Nice save. Custance over Fergal. She's going to set for Mia Sullivan. It's going to be a point for Plymouth. 11-2 in this third set.
Good hustle, Michaela. Come on, Cats, hustle.
Custance. Just going to set for O'Brien. And that's going to be a point for Plymouth. Fall Mountain now trailing by 10 points. Still unable to make a comeback in these last 2 sets.
Come on, guys. Nice.
Swanson over to Fergal. She's gonna set. I'm not sure who she was setting for, but it's gonna be a Plymouth point.
Watch the ball. Anticipate that.
Another point for Fall Mountain that was given to them by Plymouth. And that's going to be an earned point for Fall Mountain. Scores 13-4.
Hey!
And that's going to be short. It's going to be a Plymouth point. Cooper coming onto the court now. O'Brien's going to take the serve.
Come on, Cats.
O'Brien over to Cooper. Looks like she was setting for Nia Sullivan, but Marston stepped in. Serve's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be 15-5 Plymouth.
Come on, Cats, get it back.
Plymouth holding that 10-point lead. It's going to be out of bounds and a Fall Mountain point.
Good eye. Let's go, Wildcats.
PRHS and Von Eiderstein on the court now for Plymouth. Serve over to Abdul-Jabbar to O'Brien. Going to set for Marston, and that's going to be a point for Marston. 16-6 Plymouth. Abdul-Jabbar with the serve. Abdul-Jabbar to O'Brien to Von Eiderstein. That's going to be out of bounds and a point for Fall Mountain. Abdul-Jabbar saved by Cousins. That's going to be out of bounds and a Plymouth point. 17-7 Plymouth. Fergal back on the court now for Cooper.
This court's huge.
Cousins did tip it over the net, but they're saying that there was a foul on that play and it's going to be a Fall Mountain point. Abdul-Jabbar over to Fergal. It's going to be out of bounds and a Fall Mountain point. 17-9. Plymouth is still leading. PRHS over to von Eiderstein. That's going to hit the net and be a Plymouth point. Sullivan back for PRHS. And Swanson now back for von Eiderstein. Swanson is going to take the serve.
Nothing dropped.
Swanson over to Fergal. She's going to set Sullivan. That's going to be a fall mound point to go into the net. Abdul-Jabbar. That's going to be a point for Abdul-Jabbar. Fall mound tried to defend that, but hit the net. Marston back on the court now. Cousins is going to take the serve for Plymouth. O'Brien to Sullivan. It is going to hit the net and be a point for Fall Mountain.
Come on, Miguel. And the Mahoney. All right, Tom?
Fergal over to O'Brien. Saved by Fall Mountain. And that's going to go into the net, but a great save from Michaela Berry. Again saved by Berry. And that's going to be out of bounds and a point for Plymouth. Scores 21-11, 4 points away from winning today's match for Plymouth. O'Brien, serve. Good effort by Berry, but it's going to be a point for Plymouth.
Come on, Cats. Good hustle, Michaela. Hands off the knees. Let's go. Be ready.
O'Brien serve. Swanson over to O'Brien. She's going to set for Sullivan.
Go. There you go.
Abdul-Jabbar. She's going to give it to O'Brien to set for Marston, but it's not going to make its way over the net. It's going to be a point for Fall Mountain. Abdul-Jabbar to O'Brien, over to Cooper. It's going to be another Fall Mountain point. Aaron Donovan taking the serve for Fall Mountain. Over to Abdul-Jabbar. To O'Brien, back to Abdul-Jabbar. Not going to be saved in, and it's going to be a Plymouth point, 23-13. That's going to be an ace for Sullivan. And this is going to be a game point for Plymouth. Mia Sullivan's going to take the serve. And that's going to be it for Plymouth. They're going to win tonight's match 3-0. We're going to send it down to the court for a post-game interview with Coach Boyle. here now with Coach Mary Boyle. Coach, what are your thoughts after tonight's win?
I'm really proud of the girls. They did a great job. We worked really hard in practice, trying to run a quicker offense, and they were really able to utilize that against Fall Mountain today. Our serves were incredible. I feel like that maybe helped us, got Fall Mountain a little bit out of system, which made us just run our offense quicker. We had 24 service aces, which was fantastic, and our offense, Bree Custins had 8 kills, and Khalila Abdul-Jabbar had 6 digs. So defensive was on fire, offense was on fire, so I'm really proud of them.
And what are you looking forward to going into Monday against Laconia?
I'd like to, again, kind of speed up that offense, make sure that we're just a little bit more competitive, working on our players out of system, making sure that we're still competitive and aggressive.
Well, good luck on Monday, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I'm Marissa Milano. Thank you for watching Pemmy Baker TV, and we'll see you next time.